I've been told to come and find a spot to wee. There is some toilets, but they've even warned me that they are not fit for purpose, so I'm not even going to attempt to go in there. Oh my goodness. Whoa. On our way to Uganda, and we've just checked in our bags. Now we're gonna go get some dinner. Are you excited, babe?
I'm looking forward to just relaxing, yeah.
My first time in Uganda, and you're gonna see more about what we're gonna be doing there as we go. But now let's go get some food.
I'm really glad that you guys were close. Yeah. Thanks for being here when we got here as well. Great. Yeah.
Morning, it's day 2 in Uganda. I was so tired last night, I couldn't even film anything. It was such a long day. Literally landed at 10:30 in the morning, and as soon as we got out of the airport, we started driving for like 4 hours to the eastern part of Uganda, which is where we needed to be. But now we've woken up and I can't remember where we are. I think, well, we're in Ginger now, and it's so super busy. We're about to head off to go to a little village that's nearby and check out some schools that need redoing, so I think it's going to be a good day. We've been told that we've got like an hour's drive, so hopefully it will be an hour. But this is the crew. This is Charles, that's Samuel Lee, that's Pav, that's Claude, and where's Benji? This is our driver.
Hello.
Benji, and our guide.
Hello.
So that's the crew, and that's what we're doing today. Whilst in Uganda, we viewed some plots of land that we could potentially build a new school on, and also visited some schools that were existing but were in desperate need for new buildings due to the buildings on site either falling apart and not being fit for purpose, or just needing new space for the growing number of students that were attending. This school is so cool. The kids were so sweet, and they have these little things that hang off the trees, which says like little things that the kids are supposed to remember. So say no to gifts from strangers, avoid bad peer groups, abstain from sex, say no to drugs. It's very good. Yes. I really like that. More of these signs around. In the classes, because the school has about 1,200 kids, there's like literally 180 kids to a classroom, and it's only one teacher managing and teaching those children, which is just like astounding, because in England, when you have a class and there's 30 kids in the class, it's like, that's a lot, and they have a teaching assistant. Here it's literally just one teacher teaching 180 kids. We walked into some of the classrooms, and the kids are amazing. They're so joyful, they have great spirit, and you wouldn't think that they had very little, but we walked into some of the classrooms, and some of the kids were just literally sat on the floor with like little scraps of paper and pen. But what they really want is to have some extra buildings, some extra classrooms, as well as a dormitory, because another issue that they have is when the kids, they start school at 8 o'clock and then leave to go home at 4:30. When they get home at 4:30, the parents are out working, like not on the markets and in the streets, and they then have to clean the house, collect water, and do all of these duties, and then they can't do any of their homework, they can't revise, they can't study. So another building that they want here is to have dormitories for the final years, year 6 and 7. This is a primary school, for the final years, so that they can at least stay, like kind of be at boarding school, so they can stay here through the week, and then they don't have to like do all those duties at home, and they can just study and have a chance at actually doing well at their exams, because lots of them fail because they just don't have time to focus because they're busy doing things that kids really shouldn't be doing. Another thing is girls, they get lots of girls dropping out of school when they start their periods, because sanitary towels is just not something that lots of people can afford. I mean, even teachers struggle to buy sanitary towels, so what more a child? And it's really sad that a girl is like missing out on the opportunity of being at school just because she's on a period. There's lots of things that I think we could help with and get involved with. They've also, I mean, there's lots of stuff that we could do. They've also got a nursery which has lots of little kids. At the moment, they're all just like crammed into this one little space. And one of the ideas is to build a preschool block for the kids, and they can have space. And another big main one is to build a main hall for the school so they can all come together, because at the moment the central point is under this tree just behind me. So like when we had the performance and the kids performed for us, they literally just came and stood under the tree, and that's where they performed. Ideally they'd want to have a main hall just there, and then that way activities, if it's raining, they can do PE in there, and yeah, use that as the sort of like, use it as their assembly point. There's so many needs, but despite all of these things, the kids seem really happy. Kids have been learning sitting under a tree because they don't have a classroom. But it doesn't stop them, and when it rains they just run into one of the other classrooms there. Hello. Say hello. Look at everybody. Yay. Yay! It's just starting to rain, and look, they're putting the blackboard inside. Hey! There goes the board. Ah!
Is most of the classrooms on the school that we just looked at, they haven't even got walls, they haven't got roofs, so it's almost like just coming to study outside, which in Uganda just doesn't work because it rains quite a lot in Uganda. So what's happening is the kids are not being able to study properly, and there's real need. So rather than necessarily building a school from scratch, it might make sense finding a school that's already existing that can't function properly, and then helping put that, making that better and putting it right, so that the kids can then get a lot more done.
I mean, in England, this would be classed as dangerous, and no one, let alone children, would be allowed to be near or inside this building. But you can see they've got a blackboard up, and the kids just sit on the floor. It's quite bad, really. This classroom has benches and tables and the blackboard, but I mean there's holes in the roof as well, so when it's raining they can't actually use this building. This one would literally need to be knocked down completely and built again, but they actually sit in here and learn. It's really, really sad. But all the kids that we've seen, they're just, you know, they all seem really hungry to learn and they want to come to school. But sometimes they can't come to school because it's raining and they know that they're not really going to have anywhere to sit, where there's no water and stuff, so they just won't come into school. But even the state of the boards, I mean, how are you supposed to read off that? It's just terrible, really. Let's see what they learn. This looks like an English class. Oh. Alvin. Gonna get some food, fresh off the grill. It looks quite tasty. Yum. Beef on a stick. Chicken on a stick. We're about to have a boat ride and we've got Benjamin who can't swim.
Yeah, you can't swim. He doesn't know how to swim. We're going to put on 2 life jackets.
So we're hoping that we won't fall in. Life jackets on.
Yeah, this one is not nice.
Ready to board the boat. We are all ready. We're walking up the mountain. Wow, oh my gosh, no, walking up the mountain. And previously, we just got off the boat. Previously, before Samuel came, the kids and everybody, oh goodness, would walk all the way down to the water down there. And then have to carry the water up. I'm struggling. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's so hard doing this without only my backpack on. Never mind with a big bucket of water. It's so hard, it's so slippy, it's wet. I'm so knackered, I'm tired. How many more minutes of walking?
We still have a long ride.
Oh,
we still have a long way to go.
Oh.
We still have a lot. But then we shall go slowly. We shall take our time. No rush.
Yeah, no rush. Okay. I'm gonna concentrate now. Here's one of the villagers just telling us about the water tank that Samuel had installed in the village when he was last in Uganda in 2017. And he was just talking about how useful it's been. This is one of 2 water tanks that have been installed in this village. We've just come from all the way at the bottom. There's George, our guide. And this very strong lady here. She's got Tina on her back and she's just walking like it's nothing. Wow. Yeah, it's a tough walk. We're now going up to the second tank, which is at the highest level. Ooh. On our way to catch the boat to go back to Kabale town.
Alvin Brown.